Today we gather for the inaugural Circle of Honor ceremony, a new honor given during the Festival of Words by the Tulsa Library Trust. This ceremony will alternate years with the American Indian Author Award. The ceremony today is the highlight of the American Indian Festival of Words, a month-long series of educational and cultural events celebrating stories, voices, and vision of our country's native sons and daughters.
Mr. Chibitty enlisted in the Army in 1941. He trained at Fort Benning, Georgia, and was assigned into the 4th Infantry Division Signal Corps. This was a special unit. It was also known as the Commanche Code Talkers. He, along with 16 other Commanche soldiers, was sent to Europe to join the war effort. Their assignment was to establish and maintain communication between units, to relay vital information to commanders, and to serve bravely beside their fellow American soldiers. In recognition of his outstanding service, he has been awarded the World War II Victory Medal, the European Campaign Medal, and the Good Conduct Medal. It is with great pleasure that I introduce you to Mr. Charles Chibitty.
I even got a Good Conduct Medal. I often wondered many times how I got it, though. Yes, I have a cousin here. He was a young boy. His brother went with me, and also 17 Comanches altogether. We hit Utah Beach in Normandy, France, and used the Comanche language to send vital messages. Like I said before, I wonder what Hitler saw when they report that strange voice they was hearing on walkie-talkie radio and telephone. I wish I could have been there to see his face that time. But what we did was for our country. But I always said this before. When I went to Haskell Indian School at Knowlton, Oklahoma, boarding school, we were forbidden to talk our tribal language. How many of you people at my age that went to different schools remember those things? Yes, it was so. When we got caught talking Indian, me and my little cousin Larry Salford, he was one of the code talkers, And we always laugh and talk. I said, I think they're trying to make little white boys out of us. But when Hitler got to kicking around, they was looking for 2 tribes of Indians. They wound up with the Navajos to go to the Pacific and the Comanches to go to Europe. But I also heard there was others. If there was, I said, more power to them. We needed every help we could get to beat the Nazis and also beat the Japs over there on the other side of the world. Yes, I'm glad to be here today. And I go around to schools and always talk about how we did it. And a lot of times they always laugh when I say, I say, there's a turtle coming down the hedgerow. Get that stovepipe gun, come over and shoot him. You know what a turtle was? It was a tank. You know what a stovepipe gun was? It was a bazooka. How many ever seen a bazooka? Yes, it looked like a stovepipe. And another man had to put that deal in there and the other one to shoot. Wow, boy, it's a terrible. It could knock them tanks out, especially the tree. And me and my cousin, Larry Softer, his brother's here with us. He was way younger than we were at that time. He and I hit Utah Beach, and he was the first one got wounded. And I was in front with the 22nd Regiment of the 4th Infantry Division. When we hit Utah Beach and turned right to the port town of Sherbrooke, they said, your brother got hit, go see him. So I jumped in the Jeep and finally found a big aid station. I said, Private Softy, I come to see him, and he got hit yesterday or sometime. They looked him up. Too late now, they done flew him to England to the hospital. So I didn't get to see him about a year later, but he got all right, and we always laugh a lot of time when we talk about what we did many years ago. Yes, and I met my older brother in Germany when they invaded southern Germany. He said, can I talk to one of them other guys? And I got that little bitty field radio, and I said, yeah. And I got Willie Yakashai from Walters, Oklahoma. How many know where that place is? It's over there south of Lawton, a little bitty town. And my brother, this is what he said. Agwarna. He said, I'm your enemy. He said, go ahead and talk. I understand your Commanche language. It's good. And I could hear on that walkie-talkie, Anaka, who are you? Who are you? He kept saying, I'm your enemy. Then he got to laughing. He said, my name is Meat. Meat, what you doing over here? He said, we came from the south, he said. You know, the invasion of France on the south side many years after we hit Utah Beach in Normandy. So they pulled us back, and we had a couple of days together. And he had some guy's fool. He thought he was an enemy and learned how to talk Commanche. And we laugh about it a lot of times. And it just so happened that I got my cousin there, Carney Softy. He was a young boy when most of us went in the service. But he stayed home and took care of all the work that's supposed to be done. And I'm glad you're here with me, Carney. I'm always here. Yes, man. I thought I'd stand up and give him a hand. It's really my first cousin, but I always call him brother all the time. Because he always gives me good advice when I'm ornery a little bit. Yes, I'm glad to be here with you all. It's been many years here since I've been down here, even though I live right here in Tulsa. I'm the last living now of the Comanche code talkers that hit Utah Beach in Normandy, France. And I often wonder, many times, like I said just a while ago, when they report that strange voice they were hearing over the radio, and if they tapped into our line and that field tap WE88 telephone, you're probably wondering what the heck is going on out there anyway. Yes, it's been many years. The Navajos went to the Pacific and done the same thing we did. Carl Gorman and I was on NBC many years ago. They took mine here in Tulsa and took care of it in Albuquerque somewhere. And the old man said, if I knew I was going to be famous one of these days, I would have had a little black book and write everything I did. I have good stories to tell. Then they switched to me and said, what about you, Mr. Chibitty? I got all them stories, but they're right here. Yes, I'm glad to be here with so many people there. And I see some of my tribesmen came from a long ways here, and friends too. And I go to these powwow dances and dance all these powwows they have. When I was younger, I used to get first place. Now I just sat back and watch, or usually be one of the judges. Yes, I'm glad to be with all you nice people here this morning. I've been in Tulsa since August of '45, made my home here. Had 2 kids that was well educated, but they passed away early. Sonny was an attorney, played linebacker for Rogers High School, and my daughter was a cheerleader for Cleveland Junior High. How many know where that one is? Yes, and we used to live just a block, half a block, that street east of Cleveland there. But it's been so long that I forget so many things, but I always try to talk about the way it sounded when Hitler and them guys was listening. Like I said a while ago, over. They always say them white guys talking on radio every time they finish, they say over. So when we talk Indian, when we finish, we tried it too. Yes, I'm glad to be here with you and share some of the things that we moved with the 4th Infantry Division, 4th Division Signal Company. And there were 17 of us, but 14 of us hit Utah Beach in Normandy defense. My brother was one of them, but he got turned down because he had 1 child. But Mama was raising him. I don't know why they turned him down. They should have went ahead and sent him with us. But, you know, that was what the Army did. And also, Johnny Wilson Petty, he done the same thing. So those things did happen like that. But we did what we were supposed to do. And when we got to Paris, I think I got lost there for half a day or a day. People running out there with cognac and schnapps and lots to eat. And of course, naturally, I was right there with them too. And hit old Germany in the first weekend, I think it was September. And every house, every place had a white sheet or piece of a white cloth out there hanging out their windows. I don't know why they did that, but we weren't going to shoot at them in them houses unless there's somebody there we were not supposed to be there. But yes, I was in the 4th Infantry Division, went all through the war. My little cousin got shot up. Willie Yakashai got shot up. Bob Holman got enough to get a Purple Heart. That's the kind I wanted, but I didn't get it. But yes, we as code talkers did what we were supposed to do, talk Indian so that the Nazis couldn't break that Commanche language. Later on in years, I heard the Navajos went to the Pacific and done the same thing. But that was about 75, 80 of them because they had so much territory to cover. All we had was French, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Germany, and it's not a very big country. A lot of people, though, yes. It's been a long time for what we did. And I was asked when I was at Washington, D.C., if I would do it again. I said, if I'm able, I would try to do it. I still talk my tribe fluently. I said, but if I have to train, I would train the younger people that could talk Commanche yet to do what we did. How we call a take a wakare, machine gun, sewing machine gun because it makes noise like a machine gun. And the bomber became the North, just a pregnant airplane. Those were the things we had to work out, and we could send any message, word to word, and letter for letter. Yes, I'm so glad to see many of y'all here today, and what little I could tell you how we did it, and I'm proud, even though I'm the last one living of the Commanche code talkers, that maybe moving to Tulsa in August of '45 done me more good to get away from Commanche County down there. That's what I would say anyway. Thank you again for letting me come here and share some of my experience with you.
Right now in Oklahoma, out of the 27 languages, native languages that are still spoken, only 4 of them are being learned by the children in the home. What's being done among the Comanche people to keep their language alive and well?
Right now, as I understand it, do they have a school at the Comanche complex teaching Comanche? Education.
They got a language in
Language class, yeah.
school at Lawton
Oh, at Lawton, yeah.
College.
And yeah, because most of the people like me that was raised up traditional Indian way, where we talk Indian all the time at home, they got away from that. They talk English now. We talk white man talk now.
How close is the Wind Talker movie to what happened?
Well, that was about the Navajos that went to the Pacific. I don't know what they did. They got pretty close to what we did in Europe, you know. But there was two different kind of wars. Where we went, when they knew there was whipped, they would wave a white flag or give up. Over there in the Pacific, you had to kill them all. They didn't know when to quit fighting. That's the only way I could answer your question.
Hi, Charlie. This is Betty. I remember you doing your fancy dancing, and is there any way you can show us how you did it and how you hollered like you did?
Fancy dancing? Where's the drummer at? One time through half. Hey-ya!
Code talker, secret warrior, brave soldier, code talker, we will ever sing the story of the warrior, code talker. In Normandy, the water's red with blood, and now the soldier falls with the sickening thud, and the bombs and shells are bursting all around. The Commanche warriors hold their ground. Hey, Anna, hey, Anna, hey, Anna, yeah, hey, Anna, go talker, secret warrior, brave soldier, code talker, we will ever sing the story of the warrior, code talker. Comanche sees his brother lying in the sand, dying for his country in this foreign land. But his blood runs cold and there's a tear in his eye. But Comanche warriors, they don't cry. Hey, Anna, hey, Anna, hey, Anna, yeah, hey, Anna, go talker, secret warrior, brave soldier, code talker, we will ever sing the story of a warrior, code talker. Comanche's talking on the radio in the native tongue, so the enemy won't know. Many lives were lost, but many more were saved by Comanche code talking warriors brave. Hey, Anna, hey, Anna, hey, Anna, yeah, hey, Anna, code talker, secret warrior, brave soldier, code talker, we will ever sing the story of the warrior, code talker. Good night, Charlie.
That's it.